The other day I was playing a game of 40k with my girlfriend. I play Black Templars, she plays Tyranids. Now, one thing I found out very quickly after this game is that I need heavy armor. If you know me, I like heavy armor anyway. I like tanks, I like that sort of stuff. Now, I've got Dreadnoughts, I've got Terminators. She wipes them out within 2 seconds. So, I went and ordered this. I'm looking forward to building it, looking forward to painting it. I've got some ideas. Plan is to build this one here. And add some little bits to it. So, let's give it a go. Okay, so let me talk about why I ended up getting this miniature here. So recently me and my missus have gotten into 40k. We've only recently got into the actual playing of the game, but we've been painting and collecting since January 2025. Since Space Marine 2 I've wanted to get into it, and since then I have painted a World Eaters army and a Black Templars army. They're both were, for the Black Templars, were about 1,200 points, and I believe the World Eaters are currently sat at just under 1,000 points. So as for the Black Templars, got a Dreadnought, got Grimaldus, and a few other bits and pieces. But playing against her Tyranids, it sort of raised my eyes a little bit. I need something with a bit more punch behind it. So that gave me an excuse to go searching. Now, I've always had an interest in heavy armor. I work on heavy armor in my spare time, away from work. And this just spoke to me. I saw it and I thought, that will look cool. Let's buy that. So a day later, here I am with one of these in my hand. And yeah, I had a few issues with the putting together the miniature, as you'll find out in a minute. But that's the reason why I went for it. I'm looking forward to using it in a game. Next video I make, I will let you know how it went in the game. Probably not too well, because for some reason her nids absolutely smack my Black Templars down. Okay, so here's where the vehicle currently stands. At this point in time, I am happy with it. I did have to sort of step back last night and rethink a lot of things. Initially, I wasn't happy with how the model went together. There was just you can see all these little gaps and stuff within the vehicle. So I spent a lot of time trying to fill all that in to no avail. But apart from that, I'm liking it. I've got some chain on the front, I've got some chain on the side. I've also added some purity seals to the vehicle as well. I've also gone ahead and battle damaged the front glacis of the vehicle. I've also gone and added some wire to the top as well, just to make it a bit different to everyone else's. So we're going to be painting this up as Black Templars. I've got some ideas of what I want to do. I'm either thinking black and white, maybe some stripes on the front, like British World War One tanks did. I've got some ideas. I'm also currently printing a front bit for the cannon as well, just to make it look a bit better. So I think without further ado, I think we should start painting it. Okay, when it comes to painting my Black Templars, I always use Corvus Black. I like Corvus Black because it's a nice bluey black almost. I've experimented with just using black, but it just looks, in my eyes, it looks too flat. With the Corvus Black, that's how Black Templars should look. I think it's an amazing colour and I do love it. However, as you're going to see, I am having issues with the airbrush. It's not coming out properly. I think the issue I had was it was coming out the nozzle and then drying almost immediately. I didn't have any retarder, flow improver, something like that. Something to stop the paint from drying as soon as it X's out the nozzle, because it was starting to block onto the nozzle and cause havoc. It's quite warm currently when I'm painting this, so that was part of the issue. So I kept on thinning it and trying to sort it, to no avail. In the end, I did get it working, but you're gonna see it, when it went on, it didn't look very good. Once it dried, it looked fine once it dried. So when it came to actually painting it, I was a bit of an idiot. I didn't really set it up properly on how to hold it or how to grasp it as I was painting it. So trying to get into the nooks and crannies of it was a bit difficult. But I think in the end, it actually came out quite nice. Again, coming onto the turret, I should have sorted out how to paint it, how to hold it. I ended up putting a skewer in the end of the barrel, thinking that would work. It didn't. It made it so much difficult to paint because it ended up just spinning around as the airbrush went onto it. But in the end, it was all painted. It all came out all right. The base coat was down. I ended up putting a matte varnish over the top of it, just to try and protect the paint ever so slightly when it came to grasping it and moving it. But all in all, the base coat went down properly. I ended up ordering some Colourforge Raven Black, I think it's called, as a substitute to the airbrush of base coats. So that whenever I do something with Black Templars, I'll probably end up using that from now on. Okay, here we are. This is the painted product. It's not fully painted, but it's painted. I've gone and given it a Vallejo matte acrylic varnish over it, just to protect the paint whilst I handle it and all this sort of stuff, because airbrush paint is really, really thin, and if you look at it funny, it will come off. With the paint, it is looking so much better. As you probably saw in the airbrushing part of it, I was having some issues with the airbrush. But apart from that, I actually really, really like it. So we're going to go into the detailing work now. We're going to do all the little bits of detail, like making the chain silver again, the Templars bit white, the eagle gold, and hopefully some other little bits and pieces as well. So starting off with the turret itself. So I did the turret first purely for the fact that, one, it's the smallest part, two, I sort of knew what I wanted to do with it anyway. Has a few bits of inspiration. So first off, anything metal on the vehicle is using Iron Warriors. I love the color. It's such a lovely color to use. It's to me, it's that nice mix of a dirty sort of steel. So anything on the vehicle is to do with metal is in Iron Warriors. Now, I should have used an airbrush for this portion. Brushing it on by hand was a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. But I think it came out all right in the end. Bearing in mind it was all brushed on after a few layers, it was fine. Again, would have used the airbrush, but unfortunately it was kaput, as they say. So another thing I wanted to do was have some white rings on the fume extractor on the barrel itself. This was inspiration taken from the British Army. If you notice on some of our vehicles, we have these little rings on the fume extractors. Now, I have no idea what they're for. I've asked a few mates. I've never been told why. I've even tried Googling it, and Google doesn't know what it is either. So with this, I was able to use the airbrush for it. It did take a bit of convincing to get the airbrush working, but it was working just enough to get them on there. So currently I'm masking it all up. I'm not the best at masking, so don't at me for that. But all in all, I think they come out really, really nicely. Yeah, they could have been better. They could have been spaced a bit differently. But from what I wanted to achieve, I was very happy with the end result. It adds a bit of character to it. It just makes it seem a little bit more than what it actually is. Okay, so with this bit here, you can see on the end of the barrel, I've put on the little cannon effect that I was on about earlier. That was achieved by my father's resin 3D printer, Elegoo Mars Pro 2 something or other. That was achieved with some Slaughter Red, Slaughter, hang on, I'm going to look quickly. Slaughter Red Speed Paint and Zealot Yellow Speed Paint by Army Painter. Literally mix those two up ever so slightly, brush it on, and then on the tips of the effect, just a bit of Black Legion contrast, and then throw the mixture back over it, let it dry, and there you go. So here you can see me doing the Commander's Vision Ports. This was just achieved with some Citadel Warpstone Glow. It is a really, really nice green. I love it. You can see my fat head in the way now as well. It's a really nice green. Any sort of optics, any optics or lenses, I always use that color because it's nice and it stands out. So yeah, it's just. I was going to do it in red, but I thought, nah, I think adding a bit of green into it would make it look really, really good. And now you can see me on the missile as well, just doing it on the lenses on that. Okay, so this is my favourite bit, is the red las cannons. With the Black Templars, any weapon is either yellow or red. And I wanted a bit of colour on this, instead of it just being black and white with a few bits of green and red. I wanted something on the sides where you look at it and go, that's fucking sick. That's really cool. So yeah, so I decided to do these in, again, corn red. Like I said, any weapon I do is always in corn red, just because it's a bit more darker than Mephiston red. I think they come out really, really well. Once you got a bit of non-oil and Avarax on them, they really, really look cool. I wish I did a bit more with it, like a bit more scrapes and cuts and stuff on it. One thing I wish I really, really did was the tips of the las cannon. I wish I did a sort of like a burn effect. I might actually go back and redo that, just like maybe like a burnt bronze or something. I'm pretty sure I've got some colours around here somewhere. But red weaponry, I love the colour red, especially corn red. Corn red is just, I can't get enough of it. But yeah, I think these guys come out really, really well. I might end up doing a laser effect coming at them at some point, but who knows? We'll have to see. Okay, so now moving on to the tracks. For the tracks, I ended up using, which was it? I've got two different paints here. I ended up using Vallejo Metal Color Steel. It's meant to be an airbrush. It's meant to be an airbrush paint, but again, the airbrush killed itself. So I ended up dry brushing it on, but I think the dry brush actually worked quite well. Because there were some bits where it would hit the bottom of the tracks and the road wheels, sometimes might hit the side of the armor, so it gave it a bit more depth, I guess you could say. But it's such a nice color. Once you get some non-oil on it again and some Avarax, it looks really, really nice. I love Avarax and I love non-oil. They are my go-to shades. So yeah, so just brushing the road wheels and the bottom of the tracks, nothing too fancy. I was going to go back and redo the pads at the bottom in black, but no one's going to see them, and it's just more hassle than it's worth. Last but not least, this is what makes the vehicle or miniature for me. Vallejo Pigment Fix. I love this stuff. You can get it off Amazon. You can get it. I'm pretty sure you can get it almost at any hobby store. It is amazing, amazing stuff. Get it on a dry brush and then brush it in, push it into any nooks and crannies, recesses you can, and then give it a little bit of a blow, and it looks amazing. It just adds a bit more dirt and grime to the vehicle, or marine, or whoever it is, or whatever it is you're doing. I can't get enough of this stuff. I absolutely love it. It's just, yeah, I can't speak high enough of it. So what I end up doing is, again, push it in. I then do a quick airbrush of some matte varnish over the top of it, just to try and lock it into the vehicle as much as I can, and then do another coat of this same pigment fix over the top, or even different color of the pigment fix, and that really helps it cement into the vehicle. And then it's not gonna rub off just by looking at it, but again, it's not gonna, you know, permanently be on there. So if I want to, I can go back and brush it off. It's really, really good stuff. But with all that being said, I think we should look at the final result. I can't lie, I am extremely happy with how this came out. It might just be one of my new favorites. I really hope you guys did enjoy. This is the first time I've ever recorded one of these videos. I've painted a lot, but it's the first time actually trying to make some content. If you guys want to see more of this, please do tell in the comments below, or by liking or subscribing, or just however you want. I do post a lot of the stuff I paint on TikTok, so if you guys want to go and follow that, it should be on screen for you guys now, or in the video description. Let me know what you guys think. What would you change about it? Would you change nothing about it? You know, I'm very much looking forward to using this on the battlefield and destroying my girlfriend's nids. Anyway, that is all for me, guys. I shall see you guys later, and goodbye.